Attention planet Earth and beyond. Stay tuned for Attack of the Killer Podcast. 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 It's time for the show. Yay.
What?
Hello and welcome to our live 300th episode of Attack of the Killer Podcast.
Holy
That's
moly.
right. 300th episode. That's 600 in dog podcasts.
I don't think that's the
That's not
math.
good math.
What?
It's like way more.
Way more.
602.
Better.
I am your host, Insane Mike,
Closer.
and I have a beard. And
Finally.
boy, oh boy, yeah, puberty finally hit. Boy, oh boy, do we have a show for you guys. With this being the 300th episode, we're doing this live, and you guys the listeners can join in on the show with us. So fire up them webcams and join the festivities for this very special episode. Now, if you don't want to be on camera, you could still watch along and even comment as we go, and we will read your comments. So, first timers, if this is the first time ever checking out Attack of the Killer Podcast, you don't usually get to see our beautiful faces, but we're
I know,
horror
that's
movie.
sad. So sad.
It is.
So happy for you now.
Yeah, you're coming in at just the right time. We're a horror movie podcast, group of friends. We get together, we have a topic, we discuss films within that topic. We're just all friends hanging out, so there's usually spoilers. If you like the show, if you like what's going on here, if you like our voices, you like our faces, help support us. Join our Patreon. Forget that word Patreon. Don't like it. It's an ugly word. We call it Join the Attackers, because when you donate to our show, you become part of the Attack of the Killer Podcast family. And being part of the Attack of the Killer Podcast family gets you all kinds of cool stuff. You could get to do kind of stuff like this. Once a month, we have our monthly horror hangouts. We all get to see each other and check out our cool shit. Also have... you could get like an Attack of Killer Podcast t-shirt, original art by me, called Mikey's Monsters. You can even get your own membership card, certificate and sticker. We have our YouTube shows, top Insane Mike's 1 Minute Top 10 list, video
So
updates,
much
killer critiques,
stuff.
so much stuff, man. And all you got to do is go to jointheattackers.com. That's right, jointheattackers.com. Go there, pick the tier of your choice, and become an attacker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're probably wondering who these other guys are, so it's time for me to introduce you to the podcast crew. He's tall, he has a beard, and has so many Transformers that his walls might collapse, burying him alive, which is the way he wants to go. Jason Bollinger, everybody.
Hi, everybody. That's true. No sudden movements. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you being here.
It's a fake background.
Yeah.
He's not
No.
tall, but he has a beard, and he's Target's best friend and a fantasy football player's worst enemy, Tad Good.
Hey guys, episode 300. Wow.
Crazy.
I know I'm not tall,
Oh,
but my head is like bigger than both of yours. So
that's true. Together.
Yeah, I guess, guys, real quick, I know we got some people waiting to join us and chat along, but 300 thoughts.
Well, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
10, 11,
No.
12, 13 years now. We're so it's because we're so stubborn, I think. We just refuse to stop and do anything else, and just
you can't kill us.
You can't kill us. That's right. The unkillable.
That's right.
I'm curious. Like, I should have looked back and seen how many episodes I've been on, because obviously it's like not 300, but maybe 100. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
I'd
a
say
great-
at least.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, it's a great question. I should have done the math, but
But we're bad at math. And that's why we podcast instead.
Do you even remember what your first episode was, Tad?
I remember it was when you guys did a ton of movies, and I was like, "This
Oh,
is
yeah.
a lot of." You're like, "You want to come on? We're watching 14 movies, and we're gonna talk about them Tuesday." And I'm like, "Fuck." And one of them I watched like the wrong version of. Like it was one of those like movies that 3 movies with that title. So and there was no specific
Mike
year.
did
So
not specify. Yeah.
yeah, so I watched it and then I like bullshitted my way through it. But that was, I was one of like 7 on that episode. So it was completely cool to fake my homework.
That's how
Yeah.
we knew you belonged here because you could bullshit
Yeah.
as good as anybody.
And I was gonna say, and I've just been doing it ever since, not watching any of the movies.
Yeah. Turns out he hasn't watched any of these.
Well,
I just
think
go to
that's happened-
Letterboxd and look up other people's reviews.
Yep.
Well, and honestly, I think that's happened to at least all of us at one time or another, right? Where we maybe watched the wrong movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
I know I've done it before and I never told you guys. So
What?
revelation here on the show.
Oh,
I think
just-
it's when we did, was it Nightmare Beach? I think was the name of it.
That's just recently too, you jerk.
yeah. What the?
Recently.
That was
at least a
Unwrapped
year ago.
episode. That was an Unwrapped episode. That was my
Oh,
pick.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
Ah,
I get
watched
one. I get like 1 or 2 a year, and you watched the wrong one.
you still? Oh.
I watched Nightmare Weekend. So when you guys started talking, I was so confused. But did you guys know? No, professional right here.
Did you ever watch Nightmare Beach?
Oh yeah, yeah. And I think I'd seen it before. I can't remember if I'd seen it before we recorded or I ended up watching it because I felt bad after we recorded.
I was gonna say you probably didn't watch it before. You
It's
probably felt you did because you listened to us talk about it for a half an hour.
Maybe. Who knows? The old memory ain't what it used to be.
300. Lots of hosts.
Yeah. Lots of hosts
Past
like
and present.
these 2 people that are sitting here patiently waiting. That's right. 2.
Who could that be?
Who could it be? Hey, look, everybody.
Hey!
Hey, what a great segue!
Right? Planned it. It was in the script.
I don't think I ever watched a wrong movie for the show.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, I mean, not that you admit it, anyways.
Yeah.
Or at least not that my
I
befuddled
watched
brain
movies
can
that
remember.
felt wrong, but
Yeah.
I
Almost
wish I
every
watched more
week,
wrong
yeah.
movies. Yeah.
yeah,
How you guys doing?
Yeah.
good. Excited.
Cool.
300th episode. That's crazy.
You 2 helped us get here. That's for sure.
Yeah. Dang sure. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Terry, aka Were Tear.
And I'm Brian. You all know and loathe me. Hi.
Hi, Brian.
Didn't even get a break between episodes with Brian.
Right.
Yeah.
2 in a row.
I like this trend. I can't wait for 301. We'll get Brian to do that.
I think was Cannibals your first one, Tad?
I don't know, man.
Oh.
I'd have to look.
I was
back,
trying
but-
to think about that while you were discussing what your first episode was, and I was thinking it was the cannibal one, but I could be wrong about that.
Your
It could've
memory's
been.
way better than ours. I know that.
Yeah, I had to like look through my letterbox to even see what we watched in like the last few months.
For real, every time.
I'm like, was that for the podcast? Of course, I wouldn't have watched that on my own.
Right. How many of those?
That's a Mike pick, yeah.
I remember my first episode
Yeah.
like a million years ago. It was like Halloween season, like just talking about Halloween in general, not necessarily
yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
One of the 15 movie episodes. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
How about you, Brian?
How about me? What?
Do you remember your
what was
first
my
episode?
first? Yeah. It was Freaks and Mutants.
That
It
sounds
was,
right.
like
Nice.
episode
Fitting.
104,
Yeah.
maybe.
104.
Wow, 104. Holy crap.
Because it was it wasn't, I can't remember if it was that one or if it was the bear one we did right after that. One of them, like the recording got cut in half, like part of the episode didn't get captured somehow.
Those Skype days are
Oh.
just nightmare city. I don't,
Oh yeah. Yep.
don't miss that. Well, maybe we could bring on maybe we could call him the historian. He's been listening from damn near the beginning. I think half of the reason that we wanted to do this, well, the entire reason that we're doing this live stream at this time on this day, which is early on a Sunday, is because of this guy. Oh, look at, I can see him. He's all excited. We're finally going to get him on the show. Please welcome Stefan.
Hey guys and gals.
Cool shirt, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man, have to represent.
Nice.
So he's from way over in Germany. Hey, introduce yourself. Tell us about you, buddy.
Hey, yeah, I'm really appreciate the chance to contribute to the big anniversary, guys. So I'm so happy. Yeah, as Jason said, my name is Stefan. I live just outside from Stuttgart, Germany. And yeah, I guess going back to 2013, I've been listening to your podcast ever since. And I had a little span in between where I missed out some episodes, but yeah,
We've all wanted to take that
I
break.
was like,
Don't worry.
probably when I joined. That's okay.
Man, that is some commitment.
I know he's listened longer than I have. So
Yeah.
Well, like those early episodes were like 5
Yeah.
hours long too.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
words.
Oh,
Spooky
yeah.
words, I guess. What was your book recommendation segment? Where it,
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
way back.
That was a
But,
long time ago.
I love
Back
it.
when people read on the show.
Huh.
that was too much homework. 15 movies per episode plus a whole book. It was a bit much.
Yeah.
It's dedication.
Not enough short stories.
So how did you come to discover the show?
Good question.
Oh, actually, horror movies weren't love on first sight for me, but I always had a thing for the macabre and dark things. And so back in, I think, 2011, when a German group of people made their own movie podcast, and they had a episode especially on horror movies, and they caught me right away. And so I had a big trip in 2013 when I realized, okay, there's not much horror movie podcasting here in Germany. So I looked over over the sea to the homeland of horror movies, and there were three big podcasts, and yeah, AOTKP was one of them, and ever since I stuck to it. And so yeah, I remember the first episode I was looking for, because I'm a big Halloween fan. It's common popular thing to say, but yeah, the first episode of Halloween that AOTKP did was the first I was listening to, and I think that was the episode where was I think Joe Serrell was on it, and the other host was Justin Beam, I think, as well.
Oh
So
yeah,
a little
way
bit-
back.
The first
Yes,
one.
and it's so funny because I think Joe Serrell was podcasting from his iPhone
in his car.
and
His
Yeah.
car,
I
yeah.
remember
then
that.
Yeah.
the voice turned into robot voice when the connection was missing. It
bad.
was so funny. So yeah,
Only the best
trip,
here.
my trip was saved. I had a lot of to listen to, and it's awesome, man.
It's just it blows our mind every time that we got to, not only that it got to you, that we got to actually meet you, and you're our friend now. It's crazy. It's awesome. We love it.
Yes.
Man, really appreciate it as well to me, man. It's really
Now the-
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead.
It's really a big family, and a Facebook group as well, and it's really a wholesome group, and really appreciate it being part of it.
We got Pearl Morgan here saying, woohoo, happy 300.
Yeah, the
Thanks,
comments are
Pearl.
rolling in here.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call that Killer Chat wholesome by any means. We got Abe here. He says, I love you guys.
Aw.
I snuck out for a break just for you guys. I'll check
Aw.
back in when I can. Congrats on 300. Thanks, Abe.
Thank you, Abe.
And then, of course, Tony follows up. Yeah, I ain't even gonna read it. Tony. Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
should we go ahead? Ted.
I was just gonna say, with Stefan saying, the iPhone from a car, I'm like, at some point, Bill's gonna jump in and
Oh,
ruin
wait.
this episode.
He was here a second ago. He
He's
went
probably
somewhere.
losing connection because he's speeding down the highway, smoking a
Uh-huh.
cigar and drinking a whiskey while he's in his car,
But,
trying to jump in.
Speaking of amazing connections, especially with video, let's bring in this guy.
Hey,
Hot Rod.
how's it going? It's working.
For now.
You
For
shouldn't
now.
have
I know.
said anything. It's
Don't
not
touch
going to
anything.
work.
Hey, it's
Whoa.
Rod.
Hey, Todd smiled too. Look at that.
I just saw your face and it made me
Yeah.
smile. That's
Yeah,
all
let's
it
very
go,
took.
cool.
guys. Congratulations on your 300th.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure you've listened to all 300 twice at least, right?
I have a bunch of them sitting over on my shelves over here that Jason gave me a while back.
Because we're
Oh,
so
the
lame.
I listened to
we-
one
It is.
episode.
yeah, just-
Well, how
Yeah,
long
Rod-
have
Rod's
long
so
have you
cool. He
been
listens to physical media when it
Podcasts.
comes to
Yeah,
that's
podcasts. He has us on vinyl.
what?
I converted it.
That's a real fan.
Sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Oh, just was gonna ask Rod, how long have you been listening to the show?
So I went to Halloween-a-Palooza 2018 with the Halloween girls. Then I heard about the podcast. I didn't know about it before. I had listened to a few podcasts before that. But then, yeah, I started listening to you guys. Some of the other ones, like you had Nightmare Junkhead there, and
Yep.
just start listening to random ones. But still listening to you guys for some reason.
I know Ted and I. We remember really meeting you once at Crypticon.
Oh, I
Yeah,
remember
I
that
You remember that
time
too?
too.
I know
Oh
you-
yeah.
Can you
Scared
tell
us.
that story? You did.
Hey. Yeah, it was like I saw you guys and I was like, oh, I know those guys. Let's go take a picture together. And like you guys got all freaked out. Unfortunately, Andy wasn't there at the time, so I was kind of hoping to get one with all of you guys, but no, I think we had to do it twice because the picture didn't come out the first time.
Yeah, for
So
you
I found you
guys.
again. Yeah.
Imagine Rod walking up to you, being like, "Hey, can I take a picture with you guys?" And it's like, "All right,
There's like
little
celebrity
creepy
guests.
dude."
Yeah, and I'm like,
Why are you
he knows,
talking
like, who does he think I am? Like,
Right.
which bearded horror guy did he mistake me for? Because he's certainly not the right person. There's been a few times where people come up to our vendor table, and I'm like, I think you might be thinking of another podcast with a similar name. You're not that big of a fan of us, right? It has to be. Remember that? It was like in the Quad Cities, like that girl came up and was so excited. She's like, my husband's going to be so jealous that I got to meet you guys in person. I'm like, are you sure you're not looking for last
You're-
podcast on the left?
Right,
I mean, I'm used to it, but
right.
But that was Rod was like my first interaction with somebody who actually like outside of our group listened. So it was like, it wasn't Rod himself. It was just, if anybody approached me and told me they gave a shit about something, I'd be like, are you sure you got the right? And no, he named our podcast. So I was like, we like took our picture and walked away. I'm like, I hope I wasn't a complete asshole in that interaction because I was just freaked out. I was like, no one's ever wanted a picture of me unless it was to like mock me. So
No, I do have a story though about that Halloween-a-Palooza. I think I probably told it once or twice before, but I had heard that a certain somebody knew my favorite Scream Queen, Linnea Quigley, and then I seen Mike and Justin Beam were talking, and I come up there and Justin acts like, "Oh, he wants to talk to me." I go, "No, I want to talk to that guy."
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Suck it,
Yes,
Justin.
and yet you screw me over on trivia all the time.
All right.
Except
You love it.
one year.
Well, I got some more to bring in here. This guy, he's been waiting for a while. Mike was talking about it earlier. JoinTheAttackers.com. He's our latest attacker. Hey, it's Dallas.
What
Hey, Dallas.
Good.
How's everyone?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I'm good.
Good.
Cool backdrop.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
It's good. Kiss
See
ass.
it.
I love it. It's good.
See some cool stuff there,
Mhm.
especially that Halloween
Yeah,
poster. Yeah.
He's like literally right before this putting up a nail so he can hang it.
Thanks for exposing me.
You usually do a pretty good job of doing that yourself. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
Well, I was gonna segue with speaking of exposing yourself, but then this guy, he got up and walked away from his camera, so I guess I can't do that now. But I didn't want to waste the awesome segue. Dang it! Oh, he's back. What's he doing? Okay, bringing him in. Y'all know him. You love him.
There he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I went to go get a friend to join me for the podcast. Hi,
oh,
this is a cute little guy. I don't know much about him, but we've adopted him. Apparently he's had a hard history, but we just want to let him know he's loved here, and he stopped calling people bitches.
I thought you were going to do a ventriloquist act there for a minute.
I just got him. I can't put my hand in him yet. You served that softball. No, I'm just thank you guys for having me, allowing me to ruin everything. I'm eating leftover Halloween candy and drinking coffee with bourbon in it, and trying not to let go of spooky season. So thank you guys for having me. Congrats on 300. It's awesome.
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
I knew
Thanks
that
for
you
always-
always coffee.
Yeah. Of course.
No, well, there's coffee and creamer and honey. And bourbon.
And bourbon.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Sunday fun day. Yeah, no. Anyway, if you'd like me to share my thing.
Yeah, let's do it. Here's the question.
So, which horror movie did you end up liking because of listening to Attack of the Killer podcast?
Okay, so there are a lot of them that I could follow that under. I would say the most overarching theme that I've learned from that is I've learned to watch and enjoy a lot of old movies because of you guys. And I don't mean like stuff from the 80s and stuff in the 70s. That's cool. But like, you know, like pre-code horror and stuff like that. It was never in my wheelhouse. I'd seen the big hits, but I just thought it was kind of lame, you know? Like I'm a slashers 80s guy. And like when I went back and rewatched some of the stuff you guys have brought up in that vein, super interesting, super cool stuff. Like what they were really doing that many years ago is something that's pretty damn wild. But my highlight of the show is going to have to be, bless you, Frail. When I forced you all to watch Hellraiser 3, hearing Jason hold his rage is probably one of the highlights of my life. He's just like, like he had to keep backing off. And like, I appreciate that you guys all try to find a reason why Hellraiser 3 was good, even though none of you clearly liked it. And like, Dad's like, hey, it's not as bad as I thought. And that's the most polite thing anybody said the entire time. Mike's like, I would call it a piece of shit, but that's an insult to pieces of shit.
Did I say that?
No, but it was great because, like, but one thing I'm going to explain about why I love that, the big part about why I love horror in general, is when I was a kid, I went to the grocery store near me, rented videotapes, 2 for $1 for 7 days. The horror section was huge, but they never had a movie. They never had Friday the 13th. They had Jason Takes Manhattan. They never had Hellraiser 1 and 2, but they certainly had 3 available at all. You know, so I fell in love with the goofy idea of the vibe of sequel horror before the originals, and I've grown into the originals. But yeah, so it just holds a special place. And like, yes, 1 and 2 are completely different, but man, if you watch that movie from a point of laughing and enjoying it, as opposed to like super intense, scary, like it's a fun movie. It's just a fun movie. Like if you had told me that was a movie that a bunch of college kids made, like making fun of Hellraiser, they're like sitting around smoking weed. They're like, okay, but listen, what if one of them had a camera and he just punched a hole into somebody's face with it? Yeah. By the way, I 100% for that tone. I think Street 3 and the success of Nightmare 3, I think they were actually trying to recreate that. You know, that's my idea why it got made and sent, because I feel like they were trying to recreate that vibe and like creating creatures and imagery and stuff. I think that's why that vibe got made. All right, I'm sorry. I'm done. Go back to my car.
No, you're good.
Look how
All right,
pretty
so-
this is.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just go around and have everybody give their answers.
Well, first
I'll
of
go
all,
ahead.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to say, not regarding his specifically thing about Hellraiser 3, but what he started out saying about giving him a new appreciation and love for really classic horror from the 30s and 40s. Did you ever expect that the first thing somebody would say when they come on here was thanking you for introducing them to a bit of culture?
Never.
Yeah, definitely not. Okay, so I'll just go around with what I see on the screen, and I am first. I have a list, but I'm just going to share one for now, and then we need to come back around to it. I've got others, but the first, every time I think of this topic, the first thing that always springs to my mind, and I believe this is Brian Clark's fault if I'm not mistaken, but
I was hoping some of mine would show up on here.
yeah, the
Oh, hell yeah.
Bloodthirst trilogy, the Japanese Dracula movies, freaking love them. Never would have probably ever gone around to these on my own, but we watched them for the show, and so much so I love them so much I had to go out and buy the Arrow box set. So that is my answer. Jason, what do you got?
I got bring in one more person. I dodged the question. Hey, look, it's the zombie queen. Surprise.
Hi, Emily.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah, I wonder what Emily's answer was.
Gotta give her
Hi.
the question first.
Oh yeah, question.
What is this, Jeopardy? Answer in the form of a question.
Well, and somebody in the comments was really wanting the Brady Bunch set up, so I had to get one more person in there. So.
Gotcha.
Celebrity Squares.
Yep.
So I actually have one. Like me, you guys did it, I believe, in the internet horror one. It's on Tubi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm,
thought it was like
mhm.
super bizarre, and I really liked the characters and
That's
the.
that's the one with the girl, right? And it gets like kind of psychedelic and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
like she's got the guy trapped in the hotel room.
Yes. Okay. Yep. That was pretty good. Well, you're welcome.
That's all.
That-
I think that's the
that
whole
was-
reason he wanted to do this, so he can just
Right,
after
Mike is
every
just
person. And
yeah.
you're welcome. And you're welcome.
Yep. Every time. Be ready for that.
I mean, 300
Ah.
episodes. You're bound to find one that doesn't suck.
Thank you.
So
Right.
that's on the odd.
That's all. She got one. No, mine was just going to be. I wanted to get some more specifics, but the thing that really has been awesome for me on the show is the 70s shot on films from your. Devil's Reign. Like that's one
Yep.
that's on there. I love that one a lot. All that 70s stuff shot on film with that saturated film and
Yeah.
I didn't know that I loved it as much as I did until you fucks made me start watching that.
Yeah. I'm not surprised you said that. It seems like thanks to the show, and it has inspired me to keep pulling some of those titles out that you've really embraced. That late 60s, early 70s look in a lot of those films. We definitely need to dip our toe into way more Hammer. I feel like
Hammer.
those have been bangers every time we
Yep,
sneak
all the
one of those
Christopher
in.
Lee stuff, all the
Yep.
yeah.
Anything Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, yeah.
More Vincent Price.
Definitely more
Yeah.
Vincent Price, especially after Comedy of Terrors, man. He was
Yeah.
so awesome in that.
So awesome.
I could just watch him all day long. Anyway, real quick, speaking of Vincent Price, so yesterday morning. Went to this estate sale in town. I had a crap ton of books that they were giving away for free, and there was like 3 or 4 tables of nothing but cookbooks. And I'm thinking, I'm not gonna look through freaking cookbooks. And then click, oh, what if any of the Vincent Price cookbooks are in there? Didn't find any, but I was shopping through cookbooks. Tad, what is the movie for you?
You might be surprised by this one. It's the top on my list, but it always stands out for something I did not think I would really love. Back.
What?
What was it?
Robot voice.
You got kind of robotic.
You
there,
guys
Tad.
did okay. Razorback.
Fuck
Oh!
yeah.
Razorback, yes.
Sweet.
Well, I was like, no one's reacting. No one cares about Razorback.
We heard back. That's all we heard.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that movie's awesome. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, you're
that the,
welcome. See, I've got to do it
Oz-
twice already, Mike.
Yeah, Ozploitation maybe was that
Yeah.
the episode?
Yeah.
And that one I did not expect. I mean, the title, the premise, everything. This is going to be a B movie, and it was awesome movie. I mean, not that B movies aren't awesome, but I was just went in with low expectations, came out and loved it. So that's my answer for number one. But I too have a pretty long, lengthy list. But that was the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I figure, the 3 of us at least would have lists so we can come back around to it if we need to throughout the show. Rod, how many hundreds of Insane's picks do you love now? Because I've introduced you to them.
So, I mean, I've heard a lot of what you guys talked. I watched them. I think I've watched a lot of them before, and I had to think of one. I couldn't remember if it was Joe Bob Briggs that brought me to it, and then I realized I ordered this movie a week before Joe Bob showed it, and it's gonna piss some of you off.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, gross.
That movie's
Yes!
awesome.
Yeah,
No.
Get out of
thanks.
here. I'm kicking him off the screen.
Yeah, it's a freaking weird movie. And then even with Joe Bob showing it was like explaining it more. It was like, oh my God, I love this movie. And then he paired it up with Sledgehammer too. That was
Yeah,
pretty
they gave out certificates for people who could get through them.
Worst night of my
Yeah.
life. Ugh.
Oh, I feel so justified now.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Rod.
Ugh.
All right, Stefan,
Too
what
bad
about you?
Andy. I was gonna say, too bad Andy can't be here to do a rant on that. How much he hated it. You can go back to the episode and listen if you want, but he was not a fan.
To splice his review into this episode later. Yeah. Okay, Stefan, what about you?
Yeah, as everybody before me said, there's a ton of movies that was recommended by you guys to us listeners, and yeah, my wife can tell the bill of movie buying is endless for me, and I think almost every episode is there's a pick to check out, and yeah, but I have a little bit of a recent release. It's Scare Me from 2020. It was recommended by I guess Jason recommended it on the show.
Yeah.
It's just
that movie's awesome.
It's really awesome. A Shudder exclusive, I think, and they put it out on physical media here in Germany. So very cool. I just watched it yesterday evening with my 14-year-old, and she really liked it. And it's really nice acting wise, and just a few people acting the shit out of their creepy stories. And yeah, I never heard of it before, and on the show it was mentioned and instantly caught my attention. It was a really great pick.
Was.
Yes, I love that movie. It's so good. So great.
Was that during one of the year-end episodes? I think probably.
I think it was like what we've watched in the
Okay.
after the intro, the segment, and what was a really the first time I heard of it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm guessing it popped up on a few top 10 lists at the end of the year too.
Yeah, it's a little bit more on the comedy side of horror, but it's really, as I said, the actors are really great, and all the impressions they make to get their scary stories moving, and it's really something.
Excellent. Terry, what about you?
Don't Look in the Basement.
Oh,
No,
wow.
I'm kidding. Fuck that movie.
No, that's just where Brian's extra Godzilla stuff is. It's very dangerous. There's lots of piles. Just don't look. You could get hurt.
I don't know. We watched so many movies. They all kind of blend together. I think the ones I dislike stand out more, but I was trying to think earlier. I hadn't really watched much in the way of Argento movies before the podcast.
Cool.
So I'm going to go with Tenebrae. I really dig that movie.
Excellent. Brian, what about you?
I was actually messaging Tad about this last night. Like, I can't think of anything. I was scrolling through the episode lists from back when I started trying to remember what movies we'd watched, because I mean, a lot of the movies we watched I was already familiar with. So, and you know, I watch a lot of movies, so it was hard for me to find one. Like, what was one that I discovered through doing the show? And then I realized episode 125, we did bloody movies, just movies with blood, something in the title. And I remember just searching for that on YouTube and stumbled across a weird little movie called Blood Beat.
Oh,
you guys remember that one with the the Thanksgiving
Christmas
movie with the
or Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I think it's Thanksgiving with all the deer hunting stuff.
Ghost Samurai.
And the ghost samurai that comes out when the girl orgasms.
Are you guys just saying words? Like,
Yes.
none of that. You know, samurai ghost
It was
ninja stunt pilot.
It was
What?
shot in Wisconsin by a French guy. It makes absolutely no sense. It's fucking amazing. Check it out.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
It's
that's
on the
man,
level
that
of
should have been on my
things.
list.
On the
No.
list.
It's better.
Richard, how about you?
He
Hey, we
likes
got
the
another.
he likes the howling.
Oh, good one. That's pretty funny. Hey, we got Lisa here. Bad Movie Bunny Lisa. Can
Hi,
you
Lisa.
hear her?
there?
Can you
No.
hear her?
I heard her.
Hey,
Hey.
Yeah?
Hey, long time no see.
hey there.
I can't hear her.
Oh, I heard her.
Lisa, you were on.
Everyone be very quiet and really make it stressful for her. So she's really uncomfortable
Yeah.
about trying to figure it out. No, she's not the sinner. We're just
I know, and I bet you could see me better if my camera
There.
worked.
There it is.
Or my
There
There we
laptop.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one.
we can hear you better.
your
Yeah.
mic works.
All right, how is everyone?
Good
Good.
about yourself.
Great.
Good.
Thanks for joining
Oh,
us.
that's good because
And she's gone.
That's good because I'm leaving.
Oh,
Just wanted to
poor
check
Lisa.
in, guys. Thanks.
I thought my camera was the worst on here, but I guess not.
Yeah, typically.
I mean, it's gone out a couple times already.
All right. Oh yeah, got some. We get some comments up here on the screen. Oh yeah, we all saw this one. Pearl, she's happy to.
Hey, Pearl.
We all are, yes.
Yep.
And then her better half, or maybe she's the better half. We got Greg Mortis,
Woo.
and isn't he the best? I
Yeah.
know.
He's- they are so great. It's
Aren't
really big warm hearts of gold.
Oh yeah.
Land of the Creeps, man. We've been partying with those guys since the beginning.
Yeah.
They have just a few more shows than us.
I was gonna say
And,
they're probably what, like 1,300?
No, well, no, but like just a few, and then every once in a while they'll take a little break, and we get closer. Then they
Yeah.
take a little
Catch up.
break, we
Yeah.
get closer because we don't. Anyway, so I'm
Well-
gonna catch you soon, Greg.
And yeah, but yeah, Greg had a different show before Land of the Creeps too. So
Yep.
if you want to combine all of that, he was really the first other podcast show that we communicated with, reached out to. We were originally on the same network as them for a while, and just remained friends and podcast brothers ever since.
Speaking of podcast brothers, we got someone to bring in here. You know him. He's handsome. It's Justin Beam.
What?
Hey! Late to the party, always. This guy.
Oh, isn't that the way? Congratulations, guys. I want you to know that the other notable 300 in history is in AD 300, the Kama Sutra was first published. So you guys are right on par with the Kama Sutra. So congratulations to you and the Kama Sutra.
Hall of Fame.
Thanks. How you been, man?
Oh, crazy. You know, I'm up
Yeah.
in the mountains right now,
Are you?
enjoying a little breathing room after a crazy week of shoots and stuff, and then diving back down tomorrow for some more. So it's good to be on here with you guys. It's been a long time.
And
Yep,
you
you
were
were
one
there.
of the original OG hosts of the show too.
Yeah, I was messaging with Joe Zerrell this morning, just a little bit ago, saying, "Hey, do you want to come in here? Come on, let's go." And he is currently bogged down doing a bunch of housework and stuff, so he's hanging curtain rods and things. He says, but he wants to send love to the team, and he wants me to bring up Fred Savage's Wizard.
Oh yes.
Wizard. Oh,
Wizard.
yes. Dustin made such a great drop of that. Oh, so good.
If only we all had power gloves on today.
I know.
But huge, I mean, 300 episodes, you guys, such an amazing milestone. It's hard to believe it all began back at Taco John's
I know.
in Iowa City many
Yep.
moons ago. And to think where we've all traveled since then, it's just absolutely insane. It's so cool. And I'm so proud of you guys. And Tad, you're
Thank
such,
you.
Brian, Terry, everybody's been such, the family just continues to expand here. And I take great heart in seeing that episode pop up on my feed every week. So I'm really proud of you guys.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Aw.
Stop being wholesome.
Yeah, say something weird about a pickle.
Shit pickle.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
All right. Well, we've been going around talking about movies that we ended up liking thanks to the podcast. Who have we not heard from? Dallas, I don't think you've had a chance to answer yet.
Nope. Truthfully, I think you guys have just got me into the vintage type of stuff, the old classics. I don't have
Cool.
a favorite, but
Sure.
yeah, just
They're
listening to
all
you guys got me into the older stuff.
Cool. Okay. Excellent. Now, are we talking like some of the classic black and white stuff, or you're younger than some of us on the show, so that could also mean like from the 80s or
Well, not
the 70s.
not black and white, but a little bit newer than that.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. And anybody who else has not gone? I think everybody, but I guess Justin. Has there been a movie that we've done on this show that you're like, oh, that was pretty good? Thank you, Attack of the Killer podcast.
No, most of it's shit.
Right?
I knew it.
How we
Knew
got this far?
I don't know. I don't. I can't point to any specific film, but what I love is the diversity of what you guys cover. I really do. And over the years, even back in the day, the curveballs were the ones that were the most fun to encounter. And Mike, you often brought a lot of that stuff to the table early on. And so it's exciting to think about how much territory has been covered, not just in the, I guess you'd say, like standard horror realm, but you love to go off on side roads and remind people that there's a lot of genre poured into all kinds of movies and all kinds of entertainment, television shows and things like that. that's what makes one of the things that makes the show so special. So I can't point to that, but just the community that's grown around it is the thing that's the best for me to keep tabs on, and how you keep things diverse.
It was off the air, but there was a time that I'll never forget in my entire life that Mike and I went to Justin's house and we sat him down and we said, "You have to see this movie."
Oh,
and I guess
balloons.
I made balloons happen by
Good
doing
job.
whatever. Cool.
Those are the
That's
greasy
how
balloons.
excited I am.
I want that.
No. But
those are bullshit artists.
And then we showed him the Greasy Strangler. And
the Greasy
changed-
Strangler, I was never the same again. I
Never.
love it. Yeah,
No
that
one's
was
the same
unforgettable.
after that.
Just
And I'm
watching you
still-
watch it in your face.
Oh my God.
So
it was,
amazing.
I'm
It was
still
great.
jealous you got to talk.
yeah. Yeah, he's so cool. And that whole world around that film. And it's one of those that's kind of like a barometer of a relationship now, it seems like, where if you meet someone, you think they might be the right person. Well, there's a couple movies you can put on to test their mettle. And Greasy Strangler is definitely one of them.
Yeah, if they're still around, you either need to like marry them or get some kind of restraining order. After that, no in between.
Yeah, that's something what Justin just said. The whole way you went through together, and along the way you gathered so many people. You still have good connections and friends from the old days. Also, new guys following, coming to the family, and that's really something really special. Along the way, you keep in touch with each other, and it's just a big family.
Yeah, I mean, meeting Mike and Jason changed my life completely. It set me on a course
For the better?
for the best. Yeah, it really was. It was the most. There's all these little moments that we have in life that feel so fragile when you look back at them. Like, oh my God, if that thing wouldn't have happened, or if I wouldn't have answered that call, or whatever it might be, and meeting them. I don't want to get all teary-eyed here. I'll just say that it completely changed my life. It gave me two best friends for all of life. It brought me you, Tad. It brought Brian Terry. The connections are so many that, and for my little tiny fraction of a corner of whatever I'm doing in this film universe, all those roads go back to this, and to Mikey and Jason, and just owe you guys everything.
Oh man,
Balloons.
it's hard to follow that.
Balloons.
Balloons.
Balloons. Something.
Well,
Hey, look,
that
it's
is-
Lisa for real this time.
Lisa!
No. Now it
Hi.
works using my phone. Hey.
Yeah. If you wanted
Whatever
to
it takes,
horizontal
whatever
it,
it
that'd be even better. But
Probably.
that's just hey.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us, Lisa. Do you want to introduce yourself to people who may not know who you are?
All right. Hi, I'm Lisa. If you don't know me either from Beef Fest or any Attacker watch parties, hi, I do a small podcast. It's called the Bad Movie Bunnies Podcast, and I also go on Twitter, or well, Blue Sky now, from time to time. And yep, Attacker for, or official Attacker, about a year now. And yeah, the movie that I liked through the podcast the most was Martin.
Hey.
Oh,
One of Mike's
That was
faves.
sort of a
Yeah.
surprise because, when you asked me, the shows were that and I'm having a brain fart. The movie with Grace Jones, Vamp,
Vamp. Yep.
which, I thought was going to be my absolute favorite because I love her, but nope. It was Martin. And then there was the special from the Attackers watch party, I may eventually forgive people for that. God.
Is that the one with the box?
That would be the one with the box, yes.
Oh my lord.
What's in the box?
Creepy ass box.
You put things in there.
You sure
no,
do.
I've seen the movie. It's like the one movie I'm scared my parents are going to find when I die. Like, what's this box?
That's the one.
You see it, you can't
Justin's writing it down.
Until they get in your phone, right, Bill?
Oh, I guarantee you they're going to get in their phone or my phone and my computer and everything just to make sure they're not in any way liable for anything that happened. They're going to want clarity, I'm sure.
So I should not email you that copy of Water Power then.
Oh no,
man. No, I don't want to be on the same list as you. Like I'm on my own. Like, let's spread it out. I will say this, and then it's getting full, so I'll step out and let somebody that has smart things to say step in. But I mean, look, Chucky, shut up, Chucky.
No, Chucky's
One thing I want to say to you guys is that I just want to make it public and get it out there because it's absolutely true. You guys may not realize it, but the positive impact that you all have had, and including Andy as well, on me, on my life, when things are hard, when things are difficult, when things are messed up, I know I can always throw you guys on and have a genuine laugh with people that really care about what they're talking about, even if it's just tearing it apart, because they love the genre so much. And it's like, even when it takes a special breed of people to find joy, even when they're like, this is the worst movie ever. And that ties into the second thing you guys have done, which I don't know if you know because you've done so much good, but you've done your share of evil. And without you guys doing it and saying so much about it, fucking Clowntergeist would be dead. Nobody would know about it.
Nobody.
But you keep bringing it up and just spreading that fucking AIDS of a movie out and just keep giving it away. More people keep going, I got movie AIDS. And they're freaking out. And that's a bad movie.
It's really bad.
It's a bad movie. Like
Andy was not wrong on that one.
Like I used to say, there's no such thing as a bad movie. You're just in the wrong mood for watching that movie. No, I was incorrect. That's a bad movie. Anyway, yeah. So thank you guys for having me. I'm still going to watch, but I'll Jason, I'll step out, let
Thanks,
somebody, coherent jump in.
There's some more I want to get on. Yep.
Okay,
good
bye.
to see you, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
Bye, Bill.
See you,
Thanks
Bill.
for joining us, buddy.
Very cool. Yeah, that goddamn movie.
Chad,
knew
is
it
that
was gonna
vodka
come
you're
up.
pounding up there?
What's that?
An awkward pause. Oh, there he goes. I was gonna say awkward pauses. We all just watch Bill try to shut his camera.
I'm like, I'm just going to do it. I can't wait for him to do it. Picking him off.
Oh, did you have to shut him off?
Yeah, I had to do it. I couldn't take it anymore.
It's good because I'm assuming the pants were coming off any second.
I know.
Oh,
Like he knows the
did not
camera's
know it
still
was
on.
that kind of stream.
Why, Mike?
With
Is there
Bill,
a
it
copy of
usually
Jason
is.
Goes to Hell around?
Hey!
Yes.
And a big vat of ham
Always.
gravy.
What? You guys are gross.
No, with that being said, Attack has actually helped me out too. Like we started a podcast. It was Hunter's Confessions. Unfortunately, it flopped, but someone piggybacked off that idea, and now they're using it.
Oh.
But Attack of the Killer podcast, honestly, you three have helped us out big time. Start ours, so I want to thank you guys for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Yeah, it's hard to keep these things going. It's nuts.
It is.
It is. It is.
We never
Just are
let
too-
flopping stop us. So
Well, someone already took our name and everything, so oh well.
Jerks.
Eh,
Jerks.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, Mike and Jason and Tad, what are some of your favorite discoveries that you've made through the process of podcasting, not just in titles, but like I think everyone around here has shared how this has influenced them. This has been a cornerstone of your lives for so many years. Incredibly.
I got a big one.
Consistently.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got a real big one. I don't know
Brag.
if I should say it live on the podcast. Okay, Jason, grow up.
I can't.
Um,
Look, I can't.
Jason got told to grow up. That's awesome.
That is good. All right. Sure.
No, live episode. Can we share what I learned a big thing like maybe like a few months ago about Mike that some people in here I'm sure know, but his name's not Mike.
What? Everyone's like, what?
If you
Stop the episode. Stop.
Yeah. Mute.
Witness protection prohibits.
I was like, did I freeze again? Did it cut out?
You kind of did, but it was perfect.
I'm not. You can say it if you want. I'm not going to say it.
It's his middle name. He goes by his middle name. It's nothing that scandalous. He spells it funny. It's not normal Michael.
Yeah.
How do you spell it again?
Michel.
We should just leave him hanging.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, not reveal. All right. I'm down with that.
What have you killed people? Why is this so weird now? What's happening here? You guys are acting like he's like breaking into hospitals and stealing babies, and they know him as Mike, but we can't. Wait, what?
Yeah, every
What have you
Halloween he
done?
puts on a mask and.
Yeah. Can't fight crime when your identity's revealed. What do you?
Oh.
Must be it.
Wait till you see me in spandex. Anyway. Oh, yeah, we're talking about stuff for us. I still have to think about it. Jason, you go.
Tony's right. Insane is his first name. That's right.
There. Yeah, exactly. Done.
I said a little bit ago. Well, I mean, I love that I've really become to appreciate the 70s films. Seeing those films on that film stock, being just that saturated, beautiful film, you know, from Grizzly on down to Hammer and all that stuff from the 70s is I love it so much. The thing that every time we walk away, every time we end a horror hangout, I'm like, this is the greatest thing in the world. Like, we got to meet Stefan, we got to bring everybody closer. It's not just some chats, not just some podcasts and some people, but once we started doing the horror hangouts once a month and we had video and we all collect things and horror things, and so we got to bring stuff and show it off to each other. It's stuff we would do in the parking lot of Taco John's before. You're like, oh, what movie did you get this week? Mike's over there opening shit up and all our new toys and stuff. And every time we do a horror hangout, my gas tank is filled to the brim. I'm just like, that is the greatest and most fun thing about this show. That just how it brought us together. That never would have happened like it has. So.
Yeah, that is awesome because I only collect movies, and you guys every time you bring so much to the table, and I guess Andy was really something when it comes to collecting stuff. He had this coolest, so much stuff and cool things I've never seen before, and it's the horror hangouts are really something for getting to know so much stuff. And
well, we love seeing all the German covers to everything that we never would have seen otherwise. You show it every time. It's awesome.
The media books, because we like to read.
Yes. Well, guess what? Here's another guy. It's Greg and Mortis.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
My camera's up.
Yeah, turn it sideways. What are you doing?
Well, I like to do things. Look, I go upside down.
Oh,
earthquake.
Take it.
I'm on my phone. I don't know if that makes a difference. I don't know. I'll be
Turn it horizontally. So am I.
I'll be this big. How's that?
Sounds good. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Good.
It's 300, dude. This is exciting, man. It's 300.
Yeah.
I know you just did it a little bit ago. You still recovering from yours?
Man, I'm still on a high, dude. I'm still drunk from that night. You know, one thing I got to think, you know, because Mike, Jason, you know, we've been together since like day one, it feels like. Of course, JB. And I always remember one thing. Okay, Justin, tell me there's a rotation lock you can turn off. All right, where's my where's my rotation lock?
In your settings of your phone, it's the whole thing.
I see settings.
Okay.
All right, anyway.
It's good TV.
I'm illiterate, Justin. There's one thing I always remember about Mike, and Michael know what I'm talking about. Remember the Words of Wisdom segment?
Long time
Words of
ago.
Wisdom.
Remember when I was creeping you out talking about us outside your house, looking inside your window? And you had the fireplace going and it was all sexy and stuff. Remember that?
Romantic moments with Mike.
Oh man, the one movie I'm gonna say this, and Jason, you know the one movie that I think it's not the movie that y'all turned me on to, but it's the one movie that I'll always remember is the love that not Jason, but Insane Mike has for Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah.
It's the sticky cover. You know how is it still sticky? Is it really?
I've had to replace it a few times.
Oh man, darn dude.
No.
I'm coming along.
Why do I feed into this? Why do I play along?
Terrible inside jokes. Oh, man.
You can't bring me in on a show and not think that I'm not going to ruin it for you. You know that.
That's true.
But yeah, Greg, we were talking about it earlier. You know, we've known you since dating all the way back when we first started, and getting
so long.
getting to talk to you and do each other's shows together, and all the way back to that podcast network we will not name.
The name that shall not be named.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whatever you could say about that particular network and whatnot, you know, I'm grateful for it because it brought us to you. We never probably would have met you if it wasn't for that. So.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I do take two things away from that: it's meeting you guys, and I was helped in the podcast realm, so that did help me a little bit. So I will give two credits. But it's Attack of the Killer podcast is the main one. I mean, hello, good Lord.
Right. I know that I'll always be in Greg's life because about every 6 months he'll message me frantically, being like, how do I fucking do this on the podcast? How do I
Dude,
get this to post?
y'all don't understand how technically difficult and challenged I am. Like, I'm legit, like, so technical. And the thing is like, I'll hit Jason because I go to Jason to meet. I'm like, Jason, this is going on. What do I do? Well, I don't know. And then he'll go and look.
Here's 14 things that might work. Try this.
I know, and one of them usually does.
Yep.
So yeah.
Jason, check them out.
You're doing the same for me, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the number of other podcast shows on the entire internet would not exist if it wasn't for tech support from Jason.
Yeah,
that's true. This is true. I can attest to that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good to see everybody. Everybody's awesome.
Yeah,
Y'all look beautiful. Stefan, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, Greg? How you doing, Pearl?
She's over going, hi.
Always around, I think.
Oh, she's always
nice. That's what I was talking about. It's really a big whole lot of family, and it's so nice to see you guys still connecting with each other and still are friends, and it's so good for the community, for us horror fans, and it's so amazing. It's really a privilege to be part of it.
Yeah,
I thank you all for the horror hangouts. This live event is so many milestones on the way, and it's just beautiful.
You're gonna make me cry.
Yeah, I don't got my Jim Beam and honey here.
What? What?
Next time.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, I was going to say that's the thing for me too. Just if it wasn't for doing these podcasts, just building all these friendships from all over the world, people that I would probably have never gotten to meet if it wasn't for this show. And that's definitely the biggest takeaway from it for me. As a horror film side of things, horror fan side of things, I'd have to say my takeaway is these guys practically forced me to keep watching new stuff instead of always just watching stuff from the 80s or 70s. Thanks to our year-ender episodes, I'm like, I would have not seen half of the movies
That's so true.
made since the year 2000 if it wasn't for our year-ender shows, forcing me to watch new movies.
Oh God. Not just
Gross.
Neon Maniacs one more time. Oh, great.
I know.
Ooh, that
What
sounds
are you
good.
doing with your Shutter account?
Well, guys, I'm going to step off to make room for someone else. So again, congratulations and love to everybody here, all the listeners of the show, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you
Thanks
for
for
having
being
me
on,
on for a
buddy.
minute here.
Thanks
Love
for
you
Thanks for
guys.
coming on.
Good to see you again.
Love you,
Love
brother.
you, buddy.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna hop off too, guys. I do have to go, but I could not show up on camera and tell you guys how much I love you guys.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it, man.
It's so great to see
Right.
you, man.
Legit, man. You guys rock and keep doing it. I want to see 600. I want to see you guys hit 600. It's gonna
Fine.
happen.
We'll have
get
to
there.
start
We'll
going
get there.
weekly, maybe. I don't know.
You
how
got to
we'll get
go
there.
weekly, man. Go daily. Go
You're right.
daily.
You're right.
It'll be a
That's the only way.
virtual reality by 600.
That's the only way.
Can we just
Hey,
add
it-
in all the bonus episodes?
Yeah, like all three of you, like Tad, all of you, man. You could do like your daily horror round. You know, you could do like Insane Mike's
No.
Hot Minute, and you can do that every
And that's
day.
him taking a shit. Yeah, that's
Hey, we'll watch.
From the bowl.
people would. That's the sad, that's the crazy part. Thanks for stopping in, buddy.
Yeah, we love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.
Love you. Bye,
Bye.
buddy.
Bye.
Yeah, I think it's probably about time we got to bounce out of here too. But before we go, I wanted to say, and I don't want to repeat what Justin already said and what Stefan's been saying and what I said at episode 200, which seems like it was last week when I was
Right.
on doing that.
Oh, yeah.
The show's really meant a lot to me. As you all said, it's been, not exaggerating at all to say it's been a life-changing experience. It came at a pretty dark time in my life when I needed something positive, and I made a great new group of friends out of it. I wouldn't be where I am with my writing if it wasn't for Justin, especially. And we got each other out of the deal. So
I was gonna
she
say,
may not think that's such a win, but I do.
She says nothing.
It's okay, I suppose.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think about that all the time, like how, kind of feel a little bit responsible bringing you two together.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
John
yeah.
Stalter claims it every time.
Yeah, he should get
We
dibs.
give John a little bit of credit.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
Terry
love you
and
guys.
Brian,
Love you
also
guys.
thank you for being hosts, and you made amazing shows, and just also want to thank you guys as well. You were a big part of it, still are.
Yes,
So
Yeah,
it's a
absolutely.
pleasure
absolutely.
to meet you for the first time here, and hopefully we'll.
I'm not
Talk
so
more in the future.
I'm not big on social media as I should be, but I always scrolling through the comments in the chat, and it's really something.
Brian's
one way to
typically
put
a
it.
whiz on social media, so he's right there with me.
It's just me posting random clips of Ultraman and Kamen Rider in the chat,
Loving it.
along with odd, gross things that I find. All right. Well, love you guys. We'll
Me too.
see you
Love you
later.
too, guys.
Bye.
All right, we'll see you.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye. All right. So, yeah. Anybody want to do any more rounds of movies that you got out of
I
Attack
could-
of the Killer podcast?
I could do one more that stands
Okay.
out. Actually, I can sort of do this in a segment, because the episode we watched, I think it was like Night of the Tad. It was all night of movie I hadn't
Yes.
seen that we needed to. I needed to check off the list. So we did Night of the Demons, Night of the Comet, and Night of the Hunter, and all
Hunter.
three fucking rule. That might be like
Yes.
the best 3 movies in one episode of all time. I mean, that is like not one dud, not one. I mean, just 3 killer movies. So thank you for. I immediately bought all of them on physical media, like all
Oh,
3
sweet.
end up on my list in one episode. So that's that's saying something. That was killer.
And 2 of those movies in particular, are movies I've watched hundreds of times, or dating all the way back to my childhood. And that's one of another great things about doing the podcast for me is when getting to hear reaction to first time viewing of something that I've had a part of my life for a long time that I can't even remember my first reaction to it. So getting to hear your first time reactions to stuff like that is amazing.
Sorry, I'm just showing comments now.
No,
Gonna
that's
rename
great.
rename
Attack
the
of the Killer
podcast.
Beard. That is a good one.
Yeah.
The beard cast.
They are. They are.
Yeah.
I know
I
if we
guess-
do. I know if we do that, the very first episode, I'll end up shaving. So we probably better not. I stay inconsistent.
It's a nice one from Attack of
Mike's
Brad.
always
I hear you guys on the friendship thing. I started listening to AOTKP because I thought Tad was awesome. He's learned since. And he joined a podcast. Now half my friendships are from the AOTKP community. Love you guys. Love you too, Brett.
Love you too, Brett. Excellent.
I think another movie that has to be mentioned here as well was which really goes back a long time, and you always gave us like status and what kind of status is the production of it, and it's of course.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for the compliment. It's really fun. I remember really listening to old episodes, and it was always like a process, and you keep pushing it. And
What
pushing it
happened
and
this week on the Demonica set?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's really a big recommendation for the movie, and it's so you can tell there's a lot of love in it, and yeah, your family as well, Justin Beam, and yeah, it's really something I want to
It
have
was
on
neat.
my
It
shelf.
was neat having the podcast during a film production and having a
Yeah.
outlet to talk about the weekly things going on. I almost said frustrations, but it's all fun. Nothing's frustrating at all about making movies. And so it was a neat thing for us to finally, in all these years, to be making a movie during a podcast. So that was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, you make me want to go back and listen to those episodes. Trying to remember.
They are awesome, man. Everybody should go back and check them out. It's really you have so many episodes. It's if it comes to the Christopher Lee episode, or really some of my one of my really top 10 episode is the George Romero episodes as well. It's that one and the Halloween one was like repeated rehearing by me, and it's so
awesome.
It's really, everybody should go and check it out, and yeah.
What is that comment?
No, it's just
I have to apologize for her.
I can see Mike and Jason will be doing podcasts in the nursing home.
Yeah, because we can't shut up. We just
Why
keep
not?
going.
I mean, 5 years away.
Come on, Ted, you jerk. Mute.
Oh my god.
What else
Jason,
are you
do
gonna do? In
I
nursing
think
homes?
I think Emily had one more pick. of
Okay,
the
cool.
film.
Yeah. So before I started listening to the podcast really heavy, I had completely wrote off A24 films. I hated them. Would not give them another chance. Would not go to the theater. And then I finally sat down and started actually binge watching them and taking my time. And now I can't say that I absolutely hate them. they're
Awesome.
still probably
improvement.
like a 6 out of a 10 for me, but
Tad and I's
that's
glowing
better than a
reviews.
0.
Yeah. Mhm. We did good, Tad. We did good work.
We turned somebody to the
Finally.
light side. Yeah.
to yeah, to where
Can
the
you think-
good shit is.
Can you think of one in particular that you've gone back and watched and you like it
Hereditary.
better?
Yes. Greatest best.
I saw it in theater and I was mad and I was like, I don't even like this. And then I feel like actually watching at home on a smaller screen, I was able to like see things more, like what was going on in the background.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and probably seeing it once before, and you know what's going to happen. So now you can see more of what's picking up on all those smaller
I was
details.
definitely blindsided by the naked old people on the giant screen. So didn't see
Like-
much of else going on. I was like, oh, I don't know.
Mike's like, finally, this movie's
Yeah.
getting good.
Yeah, let's see that in a nursing home.
Oh,
I'll throw out another movie just real quick out of my list because I made a list. I'm gonna read.
I
Some
know
off
you
of
have
it.
to.
It's still a shocker that to me that I've never seen it until the podcast, and it even seems like till recently, in the past year or two, did we do this one? But Peeping Tom was a first time watch for the show, and you always hear about it, right? You always hear like, oh, Psychos, but wait, there's Peeping Tom, and never got around to it, and it's just sad to say, but they're 100% right. All that myth of this underground nobody knows movie Peeping Tom rivaling Psycho is pretty true. It's a great movie.
Got a comment here for you, Mike.
Oh, Nick.
Good luck.
Okay. Name my
that's a
favorite
whole episode.
Right.
B movie. Let's define B movie.
Okay,
I'm
we
just
don't have
kidding.
time for.
Neon Maniacs.
I was just gonna say, knee jerk reaction is always gonna be Neon Maniacs. Love that movie. Just got the vinyl soundtrack thanks to Godzilla. He got that for me for my birthday.
What a pal.
And then
I was gonna
picked
say,
up.
go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Oh, and then I got the cassette of the soundtrack at Halloween-a-Palooza.
Weird.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Tad?
Well, since you brought up Godzilla, and he's not on here today, calling him out, but after Rod's interaction coming up to us at Crypticon, getting pictures, Godzilla was like the next one where I was at a table at Midwest Monster Fest, and he comes up to the table, and he's like, oh, I love your podcast. He's going on, and I'm like, again, was like, you sure you got the right table? Like the
I was
other.
hoping you'd do your Godzilla impression.
No,
Okay.
but that it like in general, I'm obviously the newest co-host on the show. I haven't been on all 300 episodes. It's been great seeing, but it's like when I joined, there was no animosity from previous hosts. I've got to meet them all. I've got to know them all. They've all become friends, but all listeners. I mean, I like once a month drive into a different state to have dinner with Godzilla and his lady, and it's like that's because he listened and found this podcast. And then it's like we have Halloween Palooza where I just like give infinite hugs to and see and talk to everybody here. Not this year because I was coming off of COVID, so there was less of that. But when we get together, or even the horror hangouts, all that stuff, and I tell Jason and Mike all the time that like everybody I've met through this like weird tree of AOTKP that starts and it branches out, like so many talented people, whether they're writers or filmmakers or creating art, they're artists or musicians. It's just like I always feel like, damn, everybody's got their thing, and it's just so cool to like meet genuine people through this. And there's never really been like a bad seed. It's just been like I'm always meeting new people, and it's just awesome to keep that going.
Absolutely. But yeah, that was the answer to the question. It's definitely Neon Maniacs.
Oh.
Not Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, our namesake.
Oh, god damn it! Forgot about that one. Why you opening
Calling him
this
out.
up? I'll just keep going.
I know I shouldn't have said anything.
Fresh
Yeah.
memories.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well,
Yep.
what do you
By the
think,
way-
guys? What?
But by the way, when Emily was mentioning Hereditary, I also came in mind the first time I heard of from the movie was also from your podcast as well. I was outside when my knees were a little bit better. I was jogging, and Jason was praising the movie very high. And I meant, man, I got to go and see it at the movies. And it's I guess I wouldn't have seen it at the movies if it wasn't for your recommendations. So yeah, it's really a great movie, and yes, done right.
All right.
Yeah,
I
and
too
also-
like back to Emily's earlier point. I never saw Hereditary on the big screen, but I saw it on a flight, and I think I found that that tiny screen made it a lot more enjoyable. That, and I would watch Gabriel Byrne read from the phone book.
Yeah.
Even now. Yeah, I think you raise an interesting point. Although, to go back to Rod Hutchinson's earlier comment, Midsummer is kind of my A24 movie. That and Uncut Gems.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Still haven't
Good,
seen
good.
Uncut Gems, but I've still my favorite A24 movies, Green Room. That movie.
Oh, Green Room is awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's really a
Nazi punks
nasty-
fuck off. Nazi theme show. That's got to be like the punkest thing ever.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean Patrick Stewart, Captain Picard, going nuts and
Bad.
Oh yeah.
being head of the Nazi group.
What-
Oh, it's crazy.
What a fucking
It was
turn.
Great.
Yeah.
yeah, he's a great actor, man.
hmm
Really great
So
movie.
far, my favorite A24 I didn't mention because it wasn't talked about is Swiss Army Man.
Oh,
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
yes.
I love that one too. Love that one too.
Yes.
Southboat.
Man, what about the two A24 cheerleaders on the show? What are your guys' favorite A24 movie?
it's hard to narrow it down for me.
Yeah, I figured it would be. For
After
you, yeah.
y'all just named all of my favorites, they're all my favorites. I mean, Hereditary messed me up big. Seeing it in the theater, I went and saw it by myself. Came home, was living with Mike, and I was just like out of it. Just messed me up. It was just like hard to process how scared I was and how just fucked that movie was. What's happening? It just took me a week to be like, oh, get that off me. Yet I loved it, and because of that, just being affected, that's why I love it so much. But yeah, and then just the personal connection of being in a punk rock band, like you said, it makes that one so good. So those are my two favorites.
Yeah, I feel like with Green Room, for me, I feel there's a connection to it because of being, best friends with you all these years and all the bands you stuff and that you've been in and traveling around. And, I've traveled around with you a
I've been in those
smidge, but heard
situations, yeah.
enough of the stories and stuff that I really also had a personal connection to that movie.
And I assume that because Tad loves to fart so much, that's why he loves Swiss Army Man is his favorite. But
Swiss Army Man is probably my favorite until they made their next film, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yep,
But both
yep.
are
Oh yeah.
fucking great. Daniels are just fucking awesome. I mean, there are some A24 movies I don't love, but for the most part, yeah, if they're putting something out, I mean, they put out one that will probably be on my list this year. Will definitely be on my list with Talk to Me. Fucking
Yeah, I
awesome.
gotta get that watched. I'm excited.
Yes, make it a priority.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't kill me. I
Hey.
haven't seen Hereditary.
Oh, come on.
There's
I'll
always
watch
a
it
chance
after this,
now. I
though.
mean, now,
Yeah.
yeah.
How
And you
exciting
can tell
for
us
you.
on episode 500 that it was your favorite that you discovered through the show.
Exactly.
There you go.
I like how you only went as far as 500. I
Yeah,
think.
he's like, let's not get crazy.
I don't think
Yeah,
we're
that's
gonna
only
make it
8
this
years
far.
from now, so big deal.
No, that's not nursing home time.
Yeah.
No, I
No.
hope not.
No.
5 next week.
What do you say, Mike? You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I think it's time to wrap it all up. Hey guys, 300, right? Amazing.
Amazing.
Not there's billions of podcasts out there, but not a lot of them could say 300. And
Haven't missed the show yet. Every
Haven't
other
missed it.
Friday.
yeah,
Not
haven't
once.
missed a single show. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, pretty proud of that.
Yeah, and couldn't have done it without everybody who's been on today and who's commenting and just all the listeners and attackers out there. You guys are the ones that keep this show going. Truly, it's your fault.
We'll take accountability.
Yeah.
And
But,
also,
yes.
sorry for interrupting.
Oh, you're fine.
Just one more thing. Everybody go become an attacker, man. It's really you guys. I said it once.
He's
I said
right.
it twice. I said it. I don't get tired of saying it. You guys are really one of a kind when it comes to putting stuff out on Patreon and all the bonus content. It's really second to none, and it's it's
Some
so
people
many.
call
If
it
it comes to
idiots.
Krilla critiques, I think was 13 Ghosts as well was a pick from
Yeah.
Mike, and
Yeah.
man, there's so many stuff there, and all the halls when you show your new stuff you bought, and it's really you're doing so much stuff and are so passionate about it, and giving us the community so much right from the heart, and it's just thank you guys for being here and being there for us. And
What a big sweetie.
before you wrap it up, I have to say it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sorry for
thanks, man.
interrupting.
Oh no,
He's not
no.
wrong.
You
Join
don't
the
have to
attackers.
apologize. Absolutely, yes. Join the attackers. But yeah, thanks for everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for commenting, and thanks everybody for being on. It's so great to
Yeah.
see all you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing this.
Mhm.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Our pleasure. So those out there listening or watching who are new to things for Attack of the Killer podcast, you can find more of us on Facebook, X,
Threads.
TikTok.
Oh, don't help him out.
Oh,
You helped
Threads.
him.
That was the one I was going to say next.
Yeah, right.
We have our YouTube channel, all that great stuff. You can find us everywhere. So, yeah, thank you for allowing us to hit 300. And here's to the next 300. We'll talk to you guys next time on Attack of the Killer podcast. Bye, guys.
See you later.
Oh no, could this be the end of? Attack of the Killer